First of all, I really need to give some thought to like how can I provide advice that would be most helpful, and I'm not sure I've given enough thought to that to give you the best possible answer. But I think certainly being focused on something that you're confident will have high value to someone else, and just being really rigorous in making that assessment, because people tend to a natural human tendency is wishful thinking. So a challenge for entrepreneurs is to say, well, what's the difference between really believing in your ideals and sticking to them versus pursuing some unrealistic dream that doesn't actually have merit.
You're here, and that alone makes you different. You're about to sit through something that doesn't rely on visuals, dramatic music, or flashy edits. Just my words and your attention. Why does this matter? Because what you're about to hear could be the most important thing you learn today. Right now, our ability to focus is disappearing. Studies reveal the average attention span has dropped to 8 seconds. Yes, 8 seconds, less than a goldfish. But you're not here to let that define you. The fact that you're still listening tells me you want to change. You want to reclaim your attention, and by the time we're done, you'll be on your way. Let's talk about the problem. Our world is built to distract us. Apps, notifications, endless videos, all fighting to steal your focus. And the worst part? They're winning. When was the last time you focused deeply on something, just one thing, for 10 minutes without interruption? For many, it's been a long time. But let me tell you something. It's not your fault. The world has been designed to hijack your mind. In the early 2000s, we could read books, have conversations, or watch movies without constantly checking a device. Now, most of us can't even get through a short video without the urge to swipe away. Why? One word: dopamine. This chemical in your brain makes you feel good. Every notification, like, or funny video gives you a small hit. Over time, we've become hooked, addicted to distractions. But here's the good news. If you've noticed this, you're already one step ahead. Awareness is the first step to taking back control. Now, let's talk about why this matters. Your ability to focus is your greatest strength. It's the foundation of everything you want to achieve. Learning new skills, excelling at work, building deep relationships. The truth? In a world where everyone is distracted, those who can focus will thrive. So, how do you fix it? How do you train your brain to focus again? It's not complicated, but it does take effort. Let's break it down into 4 simple steps. Step 1. Master single tasking. Forget multitasking. It's a myth. Your brain isn't wired for it. Switching between tasks drains your energy and makes you less effective. Instead, focus on one thing at a time. If you're working, turn off notifications and commit to just that task. If you're eating, put your phone away and enjoy the meal. Here's a tip. Write down 2 or 3 priorities for the day. Focus on them one at a time, and don't move to the next until you've completed the first. Simple, but powerful. Step 2. Train your focus like a muscle. Your attention span is like any other muscle. It grows stronger with practice. Start small. Pick an activity like reading or journaling, and dedicate just 10 minutes to it daily, distraction-free. Use a timer if you need to. No phone, no interruptions. Over time, increase the duration, 15 minutes, then 20, and so on. You could also try the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, take a longer break. It's a proven way to build focus and beat procrastination. Let's take a moment to reflect before we dive into the next steps. What does focus actually mean for you? It's not just about sitting still or avoiding distractions. It's about showing up fully for the things that matter. Whether it's work, relationships, or personal growth, focus is the key that unlocks your best self. But here's the thing, focus isn't something you force. It's something you cultivate. And a big part of that is understanding why it's worth it. Think about the last time you were completely absorbed in something, a project, a conversation, or even a hobby. How did it feel? Chances are, you weren't just productive, you were fulfilled. That's the power of deep focus. Now imagine having that feeling more often. Imagine being able to fully engage with your work without distractions pulling you away. Imagine conversations where you're completely present, really listening and connecting on a deeper level. This is what reclaiming your focus can give you. But before we get there, let's talk about the bigger picture. The ability to focus isn't just a personal skill, it's a form of resistance. Resistance against a world designed to scatter your attention. Resistance against the endless scroll, the constant notifications, and the pressure to do more, faster. By choosing to focus, you're choosing to rise above that noise. You're choosing to prioritize what truly matters to you. And that choice? It's powerful. With that in mind, let's move to the next step, identifying what's standing in your way. Step 3. Identify your distractions. To regain control, you need to know what's stealing your focus. Is it social media, notifications, multitasking? Once you identify the biggest culprit, take steps to minimize it. Turn off notifications, set app limits, or designate screen-free times during your day. Step 4. Be patient with yourself. This process isn't instant. Some days, you'll feel like you've made progress. Other days, distractions will win. That's okay. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Think of this journey like planting a tree. You don't see results overnight, but with consistent effort, growth happens. If you slip up, don't be hard on yourself. Instead, reflect. What caused the distraction? How can you avoid it next time? These small moments of learning are where real change happens. If you're still with me, congratulations. You've already proven you're capable of focus. Now, let's take it further. Here's my challenge for you. Leave a comment and share your biggest distraction. Identifying it is the first step to overcoming it. Remember, focus isn't just about avoiding distractions, it's about transforming your life. When you focus deeply, you'll not only accomplish more, but you'll do it better and faster. You'll feel less stressed, more in control, and clearer about your goals. And over time, focus will become your superpower. So when this video ends, pause. Don't rush to the next thing. Reflect on what you've heard. Try one of the steps I shared. And if this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs it. Let's start a movement, one where people take back control of their attention and their lives. Subscribe if you're ready to join us. This is your moment. Choose focus. Choose growth. Choose a better future. Let's talk about something most people don't consider, the emotional side of focus. Sometimes, we distract ourselves because we're avoiding something, stress, boredom, or even fear of failure. Have you ever scrolled through your phone instead of starting a task because it felt overwhelming? You're not alone, but here's the thing. Avoidance only makes the problem worse. The longer you put something off, the heavier it feels. The solution? Face the discomfort head-on. Start small. If a task feels too big, break it into smaller, more manageable steps. And remember, it's okay to feel uncomfortable at first. Growth often happens outside your comfort zone. Finally, don't forget to celebrate your wins. Every time you resist a distraction, no matter how small, you're building your focus muscle. Recognize that progress and use it as motivation to keep going. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most people. But don't stop here. This is your moment to take action. Here's a quick exercise you can try today. Grab a notebook or open a notes app and write down one thing you want to focus on this week. It could be a project, a habit, or even a relationship. Next, list 3 specific actions you'll take to prioritize it. For example, if you want to focus on learning a new skill, you could schedule 30 minutes daily to practice. Remove distractions during that time and track your progress. The key is to make your focus intentional. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. Share your goal in the comments below. By putting it out there, you're committing to it, not just to yourself, but to a community of like-minded people who are also reclaiming their focus.